Hey everybody, I'm Josh and welcome to another episode of Just Saying. Thank you. So we have a good show for you today. Let's get it started by asking the question, what is Josh drinking? And on the show today, I'm drinking none other than good old Mountain Dew. I was afraid it was gonna go in my nose. Anyway, so sorry if it looked weird. Anywho. So I hope you guys had a good week. I had a good week. I know I didn't. On the show this week, and all month long, we have been celebrating good luck, bad luck in honor of St. Paddy's Day, which was yesterday. So in honor of St. Patrick's Day, when the show should have been posted, I'm going to wear my St. Paddy's Day tie. And, of course, normally during rehearsals, I put it on no problem. And now I'm just kind of struggling. Anyway, so there we go. Now my hair's all messed up. Love it. So, happy St. Paddy's Day to you. I hope you all celebrated, but celebrated safely. This week on the show, we are focusing on the bad luck. And my week fit into this category, which I'll get into here in just a little bit. Next week on the show, we are back to focusing on good luck, bad luck. One of each, and then the final week of February or March. Wow, the final week of March. I'm sorry, I'm on cold medicine. The final week of March is going to be a throwback episode, so I can't wait for my throat to stop hurting. I have an emergency cough drop over here, so I may pop it in later. And I should have gotten a water, but I have to drink Mountain Dew on the show, right? I can't break my streak. So, yeah, it's time for me to tell you about my week. It's time for the rundown. Hope you all had a good week. My week was just... So I believe I told you guys last week about my car issues, and I think while I was filming, my car battery was charging. And I think I mentioned that. I can't remember. I can't remember yesterday, let alone last week. And so Tuesday, that was on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, my car worked fine. Battery light was still on there, but I thought, you know what? Maybe in these type of cars, like your oil light, you have to have them reset. I don't know. And so, sorry about that. And so, I was just like, whatever. So Tuesday, Wednesday, car works fine. I get into work Wednesday, and I'm back into my parking spot, and I can just feel everything. It's just like I felt the whole car just lose energy, the whole thing. So I tried it dead. So I called my dad. My dad came out and hooked up jumper cables, and while I was working, just kind of charged the battery a little bit. So he did that for maybe a half hour. So then he left, and I went to go home, and I got maybe 2 blocks, car died. I was lucky enough to know it was happening because lights started blinking on my dashboard. So I was able to pull into a business parking lot. And so I called my dad. He's like, well, I'll just come pick you up. We're not working on it at night. I'm like, okay. So I have to wait for him. And so I called the business who's I'm parked in, and just say, hey, my car died on my way home from work. We're coming tomorrow to get it or work on it or something. Please don't tow my car. And then I even wrote a note thinking, well, maybe they'll see my car and stop and look at it before they listen to the voicemail. So I was like, well, maybe I should write a note. So I wrote a note and put it completely plainly visible on my dashboard. And we get there Thursday morning, and my car is gone. So I go into the business. I'm like, hey, did you guys have my car towed? Because I totally understand if you did, you know. And they're like, no, it wasn't here when we got here at 7 a.m. We just assumed you came and got it already. And so I'm like, ah, crap. And the owner came out. He's like, yeah, because he could hear the whole conversation. And he's like, yeah, normally at night, if they want to know if there's a car here, they'll call and ask me if I want it towed off the property. And he's like, I never heard anything. So I'm like, all right, now I have to go report my car stolen. So we went to the police station. I started giving her my car information. Come to find out, it had been towed off private property, which made it an illegal tow. So I had to deal with that. And on top of that, I didn't have a voice, and I had been sleeping with my windows open because it's been cold, chilly. I love to sleep chilly. It's better for you. And so it was just, it's been a week. I'm ready for this week to be over. And thank goodness it is. So that's what happened to my week. And I have to say, Taser is a little diva. She would not film this week. And because I had a lot going on and I just didn't have time to film it. But a better way is just to blame my dog. And so I will have that for you next week. But I will promise you that I have a good enough sketch to replace it. It's good. With that being it, it's time for the bullshit question of the week. Here we go. In 2011, in an exposed cheating scandal, how much was a high SAT score worth at a Long Island high school? $1,000, $4,000, or $2,500? Again, in 2011, in an exposed cheating scandal, how much was a high SAT score worth at a Long Island high school? A, 1,000, B, 4,000, or C, 2,500. The correct answer is $2,500. C. So if you have $2,500 and you want your kid to go to a good college, there you go. Anyway, so let's get into the news. I don't know how to start this first one. There's no good intro for this first segment, or for this first story. The 80-year-old widow of Zsa Zsa Gabor, his name is Frederick Prince von Anhalt, and he's wanting to carry on the legacy of he and Zsa Zsa, and is looking for a Gen Zer to marry him and have his baby. He's got a list of qualifications. I don't know this list. You can check TMZ.com, which is where I got this story, or on the mobile app. And he's got a list of must-haves. He's been on a few dates in Europe, but is now expanding his search to the United States. And yeah. So he says with Viagra, everything is in working order down there. So if you don't find that creepy and want to get married and have sex with an 80-year-old man, look him up. I don't know if he's on Tinder or if it's a personal website. I don't know that information. I don't know how you get a hold of him, but just so you know. And this is, I hate telling these stories, but it's such a freak accident. I had to share it. A hot air balloon flight was ended fatally the other day in Australia during a balloon festival after a man fell 1,500 feet to the ground and to his death. Authorities are investigating, even though they do not think it's suspicious. And who knew that these were organizations? The National Commercial Hot Air Ballooning Industry and the Australian Ballooning Federation say that the baskets are made to prevent people from falling, and they're not quite sure how they fall or how the guy fell. This is now the second hot air balloon accident this year after a basket fell from the hot air balloon in Arizona, I believe. These things have always freaked me out. Like, I think they're cool to look at, but there is no way on God's green earth that you could ever expect me to ride in one of these things. Sorry, my throat's hurting. So I am terrified of this. I'm terrified. I have a fear of falling. It's a fear of falling. It's not a fear of heights. It's a fear of falling. And these things freak me out. Apparently witnesses at this event said that they didn't really know what happened. They heard a large boom and couldn't figure it out until the police, fire, and EMS arrived. Obviously, the man was pronounced dead on the scene. Um, yeah, I don't understand how it freaks me out to think that a basket could hold 1,000 pounds. You know what I mean? And I know that they have industry regulations that they have to abide by when they're making these baskets, but still, one person having a bad day, and you're the one paying. Well, your family is, actually. Here's a good news for Olympic athletes. They are lifting the ban on sex. That's right. In the 2024 Olympics in France, they have lifted the, what did they call it? The, I think it was the intimacy ban or something like that. Where all the Olympic athletes had to socially distance because of COVID. They were not allowing people to have sex, and all the rules and guidelines were strictly followed. But this year, with the 2024 Olympics, no fret. Don't you worry. And they have at least 300,000 condoms to pass out to the Olympic athletes, so you will all be suited up. Anyway, just thought I'd share, because, I like these kind of bizarre stories. Speaking of bizarre, even though I hate this man, I thought this story was funny, and I had to share it. Donald Trump and his attorneys are now saying that they cannot come up with $464 million to pay his New York bond for the civil suit that he lost, even though he's trying to appeal it. And I believe in order to appeal it, you have to pay the bond. I'm not sure on that. I know nothing about law except watching People's Court until it got taken off the air. But yeah, I don't know the protocol for that. But it's funny to think that he can't, with all of his backers and all of his supposed money he has, that that his lawyers cannot find a bank to secure a $464 million loan. You know, and I'm not telling him to do this. Please don't listen to me, Donald Trump. Please don't watch my show. That is one person I do not want to see as a subscriber on this show. But I just want to say, first of all, karma's a bitch. And second of all, if he were to post something on his website like, get me out of bond, people would donate. His loyal followers would donate. You know they would. And he could probably get it just off of donations for that alone. Anyway. But please don't donate to him. Don't. And finally, I'm going to show you this picture here in just a second. But first, let me tell you the setup. So 2 NBA players, after the game, get together at half circle. Half court. One's name is, wrong story, Josh, Grady Dick, and the other's name is Anthony Black. They thought it would be fun to switch jerseys during a picture and post it on Twitter, which they did, or X or whatever it's called, and posted online. But the NBA has recently taken it down because of NSFW, which is non-suitable for work, content. And what's the content? The jersey's saying Black Dick. I'm sorry, even if it said Dick Black, like, I would still, my mind's always in the gutter. But, people would always just assume that. So, I don't think if they had switched the jerseys, which they obviously did on purpose, and the photographer was like, hey, why don't you guys switch jerseys? Ha ha ha. Anyway. Well, it's time for the sketch that y'all love. No, not teaser verses, but we can thank Producer Man for this one. That's right. It's time for the return of, is that too far? And for those of you who have never seen the sketch, here's how it works. I have a list of about 20 jokes that I continuously rotate jokes in and out. And I have a dark sense of humor, so I never know what really crosses that line. So I have a member of the FCC sitting right over there, and for every time I ask a joke, I will ask him or her if is that too far. If you hear this noise, It means the joke's gone too far. We have to end the sketch immediately. It could be after the first joke, third joke, second joke, 19th joke, but after the 20th, I don't care because I'm out of jokes, and that would make for a really long sketch. So, without further ado, hold on tight. Here we go. The Gay Games, which is an Olympic-style event, kicked off recently with events like softball, golf, and powerlifting. But don't worry, there's events for men too. Is that too far? No, we're good. We're good. The first ever Florida Man Games will be held next year, and one of the events, and I'm not making this up, is called the Evading Arrest Obstacle Course, which we all know will be won by a crying white woman. Is that too far? Nope, we're good. Named Karen. A lesbian couple recently sent one of their extra wedding invitations to Barack and Michelle Obama and received a letter back from him stating, "You have too many cats." Is that too far? Nope, we're good. Thumbs up. I'm a little worried about this one. A new public radio station is launching here in Illinois that will amplify black voices. If you want to hear amplified black voices, just go to a movie theater. Is that too far? Ooh, good. We're good on that one. We're good. I was worried about that one. A lesbian couple recently was kicked out of an Australian casino for kissing. Just be lucky they didn't go down under. Oh, no! That sound means not only... Well, no. That just sound means we have to end the sketch immediately. But don't worry, there's more fun to come. And my first segment, which we have to take a minute and honor the police officers here. But they would definitely have to have bad luck if they came across any of these calls. That's right. It's time for this week's edition of Here Come the Popo. Sorry. I just popped the cough drop in my mouth, and I thought maybe I had enough time, but it was stuck in the package. I couldn't open it. Because I'm a weird one. I'm not one to go like this and open it like you're supposed to. I pull it out, and I just couldn't. That did not come out right. So we're just going to move on. Here is the first picture. Here's the first one. And don't you fret, people. There's one in here from Atherton. That's right. That's the town we always make fun of. Here we go. A Sullivan Road resident called police to report a suspicious package on his front porch on November 2nd at 3:20 p.m. It's really small print. I can't see it from over here. The resident said he observed an unknown person leave the package on his front step. And according to police, the package even said from Amazon.com. Do you not know what a FedEx, UPS, or Amazon driver look like? Or even your own mailman? I mean, they're all in vehicles that are labeled. Yet you saw the person, but not what they were driving. Anyway. He's leaving these damn bills, too! Here's the next one. A dispatch report of a Swanson chicken pot pie running down East Clay Street. I can't even think of what they may have thought they heard. I mean, I can understand if they thought they heard that, but I can't think of what they would be really trying to say in that case. Anyway. Here's the next one. A man came to the sheriff's department to find out how to legally kill a person who was harassing him. You don't. Here's the next one. At 12:22 p.m., a cellular caller reported a large snapping turtle in the roadway at Elm Street and Crescent Road. The turtle had fled the area undetected. Here is my question. How long did it take the damn police to get there? I mean, if there's a turtle in the middle of the road and it has enough time to crawl away so no one can find it, those police were coming from 30,000 miles away. Yeah, we just got our officers off the ground in London. They'll be there soon. I don't know what this was. Dispatch talking to their microphone. I don't know. Here's the next one. The headline says it all. Police solve the case of the missing bacon. A Grand Rapids resident told the police last week that someone entered his home during the night and had taken 5 pounds of bacon from the refrigerator. Upon further investigation, police discovered the wife had gotten up for a late night snack, but was afraid to admit it. Well, I'm sorry. If I had a husband who was calling the police because someone stole his bacon, I'd be afraid to admit it to him too. Here's the next one. A caller reported an invisible people yelling from inside the wall and requested an officer with X-ray vision. Okay, so even if that existed, not only could they still not see anything because the people are invisible, but he could see through the wall. Still couldn't see the people because they're invisible. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't know, my finger hit the button. Here's the next one. A man called and reported that a squirrel was running in circles on Davis Drive and was not sure if it was sick or had been hit by a car. An officer responded, and as he drove on the street, he ran over the squirrel. I would hate to run from those police. Dang. They'll just hit you with your car and take off. Yeah, he's not a threat anymore. A caller reported July 12th that a suspicious car was parked on the near U.S. Bank on 1200 block of Northwest Gilman Boulevard. Police contacted the vehicle, which was parked in the McDonald's parking lot. Subjects were just using the Wi-Fi signal. You've got to love technology these days. Gotta love it. Here's the next one. No, that's the same one. Here's the next one, and don't worry, people, this is from Atherton. Someone called in, and in order to prevent more complaints, a resident volunteered to remove a chair hanging from a tree. Now, am I out behind on the times or something? Does that mean something? Like, why? What if they were making a swing? You don't know. But is there like another, like, is it a racist meaning or something? Is it not politically correct? Like I said, what if it was just a swing? Now that person has no fun. And finally, there was a report of smoke in a house on South Elbow Bend Road, but no fire. It was found that the glasses worn by the reporter were hazy. Now, I know people are sitting at home thinking to themselves, how do you not know your glasses are hazy? There have been a lot of times where I'll get something on my glasses and I'll wipe them off and put them back on and think to myself, holy shit, those are actually clean. I can see now. Like, you don't realize you're just used to seeing what you're seeing. And I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I don't know. I just get, and then you wipe them off and they're like, holy crap, I didn't realize how dirty those were. I try to clean my glasses like every day. I'm weird. Anyway. Well, it's time for you guys to have some bad luck this week if you haven't yet, because it's time for me to explore the golden rule. If I have to see it, you have to see it. That's right. It's time for people, the things you can't unsee, straight or gay edition. If you've never seen this version, that's because it's the first time I'm trying it. A couple of times ago that I've done this segment, I started randomly just saying, and then I turned straight when I saw this, and then I turned gay again when I saw this. I thought it would be more fun if we incorporated that into the segment. So, will it still be called this? I don't know. But we'll find out. Anyway, so when I first saw this picture, I was like, yep, I'm totally gay. Now, I know I've said this about women during this segment, but wear a shirt size that fits you, not your child's shirt. It would not fit me. Now, for this next one, I thought to myself, well, maybe I like trans people. I don't know. Here's the next one. And then I saw this picture and I was like, nope, I'm straight. Because I love it when a woman doesn't wear a bra and they're just separated by gravity. Like, how do you not know? How? I'm not obviously a woman. I don't have boobs. Well, I have moobs, which are like man boobs, I guess. Anyway, but how do you not know that your boobs are hanging down the side of your body? I think you would feel it. But what do I know? Here's the next one. And then I saw this picture and I thought, nope, I'm gay again. I guess the guy from the first picture just got tired of the shirt and took it off altogether. I don't know. Here's the next one. Now, I have been in situations, this is not a gay or straight one, but I have been in situations where you realize, oh crap, I really have to go to the bathroom. And no pun intended. But you still at least try to find somewhere to go. Not just go in your pants. I mean, do you really not think someone's not going to see that? Do you really think someone's not going to see that? Anyway. And then I saw this picture. And I was like, yep, I'm gay. And then I saw this next picture, and I just thought it was adorable. No, this isn't a gay or straight one, but it's a guy in a hover-round with a wagon on the back carrying a goat. How cute is that? You know he has to get stopped all the time and ask questions. You know it. That must be like his emotional support goat. That's the goat of emotional support. Wrong button. He's the goat. And then I saw this picture and I was like, nope, I'm gay. And then I saw this picture and I was like, yeah, I'm gay. The high heels are what kills me. Like the shorts, I could just understand. You know, maybe because there are some guys, I'm not saying he is, but there are some guys that look good in pink. But then I saw the high heels. And I was like, no. So here's the next segment, and these are really funny, people. Really, really funny. Those are not the right note cards, Josh. So I don't really do this segment very often, but I thought I would bring it back. You know, when you start a business, one of the things you hope turns out right is your business sign. And so we're going to take a look at some business signs that were having bad luck the day they got their signs in this week's edition of Take It As a Sign. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I count 7. Right? 7 days a week. Am I not in the right universe? Because this store is open 9 days a week. That is awesome. I don't know how they do it. Here's the next one. Now, I could believe that McDonald's would be trying to serve these. Mice for $1. And I used to work at McDonald's company, so I can say that. Here's the next one, and I don't like coffee, so I can say this. I agree with this sign. Sucks coffee. Gotta pay attention, people. Here's the next one. I love shopping for deals. I love it. My mom would always come home from shopping and she'd be like, I bought this amount of money or this amount of stuff, but I only paid this amount of stuff. And we'd share deals all the time with each other. I love the idea of the original price being a clearance sale, nonetheless. starting at $15. And now the clearance price is $20. Not really sure you're saving. But maybe you should be reading the sign better too. I don't know. Here's the next one. Now, I wouldn't say that even if the S in the sign was working, that it would still sound right. Because right now it says fat and easy. But even with the S, it says fast and easy. So I'm not quite sure which way would be the best. Yeah, however, you've all heard of Eyeglass World. Never. If you're ever in need of a butt implant, just go to Ass World. Or maybe it's a gay bar. I don't know. Here's the next one. This person just apparently was having a bad day. Sale price! Kill me. 0 cents. It's free. Just take as much as you want. Here's the next one. Now, I love when a town or city is trying to improve themselves and make a slogan for themselves and try to live up to that slogan. However, make sure your sign is working correctly and won't come across like this. LSD, the beginning of something wonderful. Not that I would know. It's one thing I won't ever do. And finally, that's right, it's the last picture in the last segment, people. And finally, don't fret if you're ever needing your child to go to sleep soon. Just take them over to the child's liquor. What are you going to do? Well, that will do it for me this week. I hope you guys had better luck than some of the people in my show today. So, and better luck than me last week. So be sure to join me next week when we take a look at good luck and bad luck leading up to my next throwback episode. That's right, people. If you think there's something funny I should see and share on the show, be sure to send it to me. There's the show email address as well as my social media, which I really never use because I hate Elon Musk. Also, please take a moment, like, subscribe, get the notifications, and comment below on how you think I did. And let me know. I posed a question earlier in this episode. I don't remember what it was. But answer my question, whatever it was. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys have good luck this week and not bad luck. Yeah, I always wish the best for people. But I always hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Just because I am used to the worst. Anyway. So we only have not many episodes left. I think like 7 for this season. Thank goodness. It's just a lot of work right now. I have a lot going on. Anyway. So please join me next week when we take a look at not just good luck, but bad luck as well. And until next week, everybody, that's all I'm saying.